Now we come to Sutta 145, Punnovada Sutta, Advice to Punna. This sutta is also found in the Samyutta Nikaya, 35.88. Thus have I heard, on one occasion the Blessed One was living at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. Then when it was evening, the Venerable Punna rose from meditation and went to the Blessed One. After paying homage to the Blessed One, he sat down at one side and said to him, Venerable Sir, it would be good if the Blessed One would give me brief advice. Having heard the Dhamma from the Blessed One, I will abide alone, withdrawn, diligent, ardent and resolute. Well then, Punna, listen and attend carefully to what I shall say. Yes, Venerable Sir, the Venerable Punna replied. I'll stop here for a moment. When a monk has ordained, had taken the higher ordination, he's supposed to stay with the teacher for 5 years. Either stay with the preceptor or stay with the teacher. The preceptor in Pali is called the Upajjhaya. The teacher in Pali is called the Acharya. This word Acharya in Thailand came to be called Achan. So it looks like this Venerable Punna, he has gone through this probationary period, 5 years staying with a teacher. Now he wants to go and stay alone and practice hard. So he came to the Buddha for some brief instructions. The Blessed One said, Punna, there are forms cognizable by the eye that are wished for, desired, agreeable and likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative of lust. If a monk delights in them, welcomes them, and remains holding to them, delight arises in him. With the arising of delight, Punna, there is the arising of suffering, I say. There are, Punna, sounds cognizable by the ear, odors cognizable by the nose, flavors cognizable by the tongue, tangibles cognizable by the body, mind objects cognizable by the mind that are wished for, desired, agreeable and likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative of lust. If a monk delights in them, welcomes them, and remains holding to them, delight arises in him. With the arising of delight, Punna, there is the arising of suffering, I say. Punna, there are forms cognizable by the eye, sounds cognizable by the ear, odors, flavors, tangibles, mind objects that are wished for, desired, agreeable and likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative of lust. If a monk does not delight in them, welcome them and remain holding to them, delight ceases in him. With the cessation of delight, Punna, there is the cessation of suffering, I say. Stop here for a moment. So here the Buddha says that we are usually attracted by the 6 sense objects, forms, beautiful forms, nice music, nice perfume, good taste, touch and thoughts. So if we take delight in these sense objects, then craving will arise. There's a natural consequence. The Buddha says in sensual pleasures, whenever we enjoy anything, there is a tendency to crave for it, to want it again and again. And from there, attachment arises. But then in this world, the Buddha says everything must change. Everything is impermanent. So, for example, relationships change, people change, etc. And even property, wealth and all that also can change. So because you attach to it, when it changes, it gives you suffering. But if you don't attach to it, then when it changes, then you do not suffer. You don't suffer. Now that I have given you this brief advice, Punna, in which country will you dwell? Venerable Sir, now that the Blessed One has given me this brief advice, I am going to dwell in the Sunaparanta country. Punna, the people of Sunaparanta are fierce and rough. If they abuse you and threaten you, what will you think then? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta abuse and threaten me, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they did not give me a blow with the fist. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One. Then I shall think thus, Sublime One. But Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you a blow with the fist, what will you think then? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with the fist, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they did not give me a blow with a clod. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One, then I shall think thus, Sublime One. But Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you a blow with a clod, what will you think then? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with a clod, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they did not give me a blow with a stick. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One, then I shall think thus, Sublime One. But Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you a blow with a stick, what will you think then? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with a stick, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they did not give me a blow with a knife. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One, then I shall think thus, Sublime One. But Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you a blow with a knife, what will you think then? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with a knife, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they have not taken my life with a sharp knife. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One, then I shall think thus, Sublime One. But Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do take your life with a sharp knife, what will you think then? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do take my life with a sharp knife, then I shall think thus, there have been disciples of the Blessed One, who, being humiliated and disgusted by the body and by life, sought to have their lives deprived by the knife. But I have had my life deprived by the knife without seeking for it. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One, then I shall think thus, Sublime One. And the Buddha said, good Punna, possessing such self-control and peacefulness, you will be able to dwell in the Sunaparanta country. Now, Punna, it is time to do as you think fit. I'll stop here for a moment. So you can see from here, this monk, he's a person with great forbearance. He says, even these people do all these things to me, I'll still be happy. Even they take my life or so, I will think. There are disciples of the Buddha who asked to be killed, who commit suicide. But here I don't have to ask, they take my life. It shows that he has seen the Dhamma very clearly. He's Arya. Even he dies also, he doesn't mind. Also, he knows that these people of Sunaparanta are very fierce and rough. Yet he still wants to go to such a place. So actually, a lot of the Buddha's disciples, these Arahant disciples and Aryan disciples, they are the ones who went all over India to teach the Dhamma to people. And it is not the so-called Bodhisattvas. These Bodhisattvas, Manjusri and Avalokitesvara and all these, all were appeared later in later books that suddenly surfaced. The actual people who did all this teaching of the Dhamma were all the Aryan disciples of the Buddha. That's why today we are so fortunate to have this teaching transmitted down to us after 2,500 years. That having delighted and rejoiced in the Blessed One's words, the Venerable Punna rose from his seat and after paying homage to the Blessed One, departed keeping him on his right. He then set his resting place in order, took his bowl and outer robe, and set out to wander towards the Sunaparanta country. Wandering by stages, he eventually arrived in the Sunaparanta country, and there he lived. Then during the rains, the Venerable Punna established 500 men lay followers and 500 women lay followers in the practice, and he himself realized the 3 true knowledges. On a later occasion, the Venerable Punna attained final Nibbana. Then a number of monks went to the Blessed One, and after paying homage to him, they sat down at one side and told him, Venerable Sir, the clansman Punna, who was given brief advice by the Blessed One, has died. What is his destination? What is his future course? And the Buddha said, monks, the clansman Punna was wise. He practiced in accordance with the Dhamma and did not trouble me in the interpretation of the Dhamma. The clansman Punna has attained final Nibbana. That is what the Blessed One said. The monks were satisfied and delighted in the Blessed One's words. So you see, this Venerable Punna went to this Sunaparanta and then he practiced and attained arahanthood. That's why when he died, he attained final nibbana. And you can see from here, he taught 500 men lay followers and 500 women lay followers in the practice. And then probably not long after he died, because the monks asked the Buddha, "Venerable Sir, the clansman Punna, who was given brief advice by the Blessed One, has died." That means the Buddha gave him brief advice not so long ago. They still remember the Buddha gave him brief advice. So probably within a year after he went to that place, he passed on. So although it's not mentioned here how he died, he could very well have been killed by these people, because these people are very rough and fierce. So this is one of the monks who went to various parts of India to teach the Dhamma and benefited a lot of people. Even before going, he realized that he's willing to sacrifice his life just to go there and teach the people. Okay, we stop here. Anything to discuss? Maybe Venerable Sariputta gave him this talk. It's like a general talk that they normally give to monks, because you must remember during the Buddha's time there are thousands and thousands of monks. So when the monks died, probably Venerable Sariputta had to give this standard talk to them. So that's why he talked on these things. You find many of the things, I would imagine they are beyond the practice of this Anattapindika. But anyway, that's why this you can see, however, this Anattapindika, I never heard this kind of talk before. He was so moved, he shed tears. Because it's beyond lay people, unless you have practiced to that stage. If you are given that type of talk, it's no point, because you have not reached that stage to realize what he sees. I think when a person is dying, there is not much we can do to help that person. What he has done the last few years, his karma will support him. If a person has practiced the Dhamma for several years, then when death comes, he is prepared. But if a person has not practiced the Dhamma, and last minute you want to teach him the Dhamma, it's quite impossible. Quite impossible. A lot of people, they have told me that their mother or their father has not been interested in the Dhamma. So now when the time for them to approach death, death is approaching, then they start to see relatives who have passed on, that means the ghosts of relatives who have passed on appearing to them. Then they get scared. Then they, like today, one man asked me to go for house dana because the mother is not interested in the Dhamma. So at least to give her an opportunity to do house dana offering to monks, so at least she can benefit. So I think if such a person even we were to go there and speak the Dhamma to them, it's not easy for them to comprehend the Dhamma. Especially so late in life, their mind is already weak, their mind is troubled, utterly confused. It's not easy to understand. It takes a lot of effort to prepare for death. It takes many years. Many years. Just like a long distance run. It's not a short run, 100 meters dash. In which case, even you bring a monk who is a very good Dhamma preacher to this old lady also, not much use. So not much difference whether at Buddha's time or now.
Can you say that the Dhamma will help get depending on which realm of the Guru,
Yes. So at least if they are born in the woeful place, at least they get food to eat. That's important. Born as an animal also, you get food to eat, as a rich lady's dog or something. But then the intention is good when the doctor gives morphine to the dying patient is to ease the pain. But of course it's up to the family. If the family feels it's not good for that person, then can stop the doctor. Yeah. I think generally for most ordinary people, they need the morphine so to help them ease the pain. But for some, the very few people who practice meditation, they want to keep their mind very clear. Then they might inform before the time comes that they don't want morphine. They don't want all these things to cloud their mind. Some of them might even not want any anesthetic and all these things because their mind is strong. But very few people are up to that level. So sometimes also you don't know the situation, you just have to rely on the doctor, isn't it? Just trust the doctor, isn't it? I think it depends on the level of the meditator. If the meditator thinks he's able to withstand the pain, then it's very good. He can request for it. There are some monks in Thailand, they inform, in case I get a heart attack, or in case I get this sickness and that sickness, I don't want to prolong my life, I don't want this morphine or anesthesia or anything. But you got to be quite sure you can stand. I have a doctor friend in Sydney, and he's a specialist, one of a few specialists in this anesthesia, working with terminal cancer patients. And he says that at the last stage, this pain obsesses their mind. So that you give them painkillers, after some time or so, it's useless. They keep thinking, it's like a habit ingrained in their mind. They can't think of anything except pain. So he says now the approach is to distract them by three things. One is to teach them meditation. Another one is like Tai Chi. Another one is yoga or something. Help them to relax and not to think of the sickness and the pain. Okay, shall we end here?